First time we saw it, a dark mass of buildings huddled on the mountain's shoulder, a place they called Headstone Hill. The town was ablaze with electric light had verged on miraculous. But we noticed how strangely the light flickered and how every shadow grew deeper and more suspicious in its presence. That's where Agent Reeg vanished, so that's where we had to go. It was time for us to face the horror at Headstone Hill.
All right, welcome to the Horror at Headstone Hill, a Deadlands actual play here on the Iconic Production channel. Welcome to everyone. Pinnacle, thank you for the raid. Yes, vengeance. Vengeance was dealt last week. If you didn't watch last week's episode, this week's episode will make a whole lot of sense. So go over to the YouTube channel and check that out. But last week, there was vengeance that was taken and had on the Little Rock Irregulars, a group of ne'er-do-wells who had ended the life of Ada's beloved back in the day. And Ada got into a duel with the head of the Little Rock Irregulars, and she put him in the ground. And so we also had a showdown with Wickers and Gatling Heaston. Leslie summoned I would like to think the platonic ideal, going back to our pre-show, of Leslie. Yeah. Gargoyle Leslie.
Yes.
His power goes all the way to 9,000. John Doom. See, it's all about callbacks tonight. It's a penultimate episode, so you know this is just going to be a callback show. You know where they do the little vignettes.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we gotta.
It's easy, but we're gonna do it.
That's right.
No,
It's going to be awesome. Thank you, John Doom. I appreciate that. That I snuck a little office space in the pre-show. It was very subtle, but Benny to John Doom for that. So tonight we are going to pick up with a small time jump. Ada got her vengeance. Wickers tore Gatling Heaston to bits. And we ended the last session with Heaston, the corn doll that Heaston had. Wickers went out to discover it, walking around, and it said some pretty hurtful things to Wickers in a very distinct accent, and then burst into flames. So, we are going to jump in. Hey, Ian, good to see you. So, hello to John Doom, Tank the Frank, who is our first and fifth commenter tonight. Who gets a Benny for that? Welcome to Zach and JD Inks. I'm not sure who that is. I'm just kidding. And we're going to jump right in. So, the group, you guys have traveled back. The wagon is filled with those members of the Little Rock Irregulars that Ada and Wickers and Leslie did not end. Felix and Nigel riding back into Heaston. You had several days to heal, to rest, to put things in their proper place, knowing that to the east of Heaston Hill is where this dark mother that Frank Denebay spoke of, sort of calling to you. Ada, the shadow of the forest as you come down off the plains, just kind of looms darkly, and that itchy feeling at the back of your neck is really starting to heat up. Thank you, JD. I was about to give the bot a Benny. And so, as you guys roll into Heaston Hill, you roll up to the jail, and Felix and Nigel begin to unload the prisoners. Scarlet has ridden back with you. The Ghost Steel gang disappearing back into Uinta County. Mostly when Marshal Nigel wasn't looking. So, back in Heaston, Sister May, you recovered a wound, yes, on the way back. Anyone else still wounded? Because I gotta count the rings, people. Pre-show.
I have every hour as long as I've eaten raw meat, so
You're
I'll give it
probably
another
okay.
shot.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
okay. It's been 5
Yeah,
days.
with that roll.
So yeah, there you
The
go.
first roll was a no-go, but this one, yeah.
Yeah, 5 days, we're all good. No,
Yeah.
I did roll and I'm good.
What's the plan as you sit here in front of the jail at Heaston Hill? Again, everything here seems even the news of your victory over the gang in the West. You get back and things still seem there's not a lot of people on the street. Those who are, hats are pulled down, walking just on the side on the boardwalks, keeping off the street. The church bell hasn't rung out for the whole time you've been coming through here. Everyone seems to be feeling, and the sense of oppression is really, it's settled like a heavy weight on the east side of town. And you can see that even though the sun is out, the shadows and the mist lie over the aspen forest to the east.
The east, because that's the direction of the possessed forest of nasty aspens. Okay. I mean, we have to go burn things, right? Shouldn't that be our plan? Not just because one of us is extremely phobic of trees.
It may be that this is Ada's villain origin story, and she's just going to become an arsonist. That's all I have to say.
It's no
This
jury
is
in
the
the
worst
land.
time period.
Should I
Yeah.
have titled this episode as opposed to Into the Woods, the Trogdor Imperative?
Some people would get it. Some people.
I feel like all of you got it, which means
Yeah.
that it was worth it for me.
Yes.
So as you guys kind of
Oh.
stand there, Nigel comes around. Well, well, it's good that listen, it didn't go down. All I'm saying is that it could have been worse. And thank you. Not just for me, but for the whole town. Gatlin was He looks at you, Wickers, and he actually maintains eye contact as he says this, even though with the hat, he knows what's under there. Gatlin was a mad dog, and well, somebody's got to tell Heaston about it, and I figure as Marshal, it's the first time he hasn't referred to himself as acting Marshal. I better go deliver the news. He kind of turns and Felix just lets out a huge spit of tobacco onto the boardwalk. Yep, let's go. Prisoner's locked up. He walks up to you, Wickers.
Will shake his hand with a face that is definitely still cold from having to ruminate on some rather. So his face definitely is not fitting, even though you can only see like the eyes for the most part. But and as he shakes his hand, he goes, "Good men remember everything that they've done. In the way it feels. Remember what it feels like to do the right thing. For the right reasons."
Are we
And then he will
concerned?
take one of the shotguns that he took, and he will hand it, since you said these were really nice shotguns.
They are
So-
indeed.
So he takes one of them, hands it to him. "I only need one."
Listen, I've heard what you guys saying you're gonna do, and listen. The Aspen Forest has always been a little bit strange. And I don't know if I buy everything that you were selling. But I'd say be
Eyebrow
careful.
raise.
There's a lot of people who've gone missing up in the hills and in the forest for quite a while. They even said, all I'm saying is if things are as bad as you say, I'd get as far east as you can. If there's something out there, it's probably in the center, starting to work its way out. Follow Smith's Fork Creek, and he points to the creek that kind of runs through town. That'll take you pretty deep into the forest before you have to make any other decisions. I don't know much about Signum in the chat, but he seems like the man who would know Majesty if it came up and bit him in the face. So, consummate fees. I said he would. So Felix and Nigel walk off towards the marshal's office where Heaston is...
I just don't... I fear for their safety. And they say as much. I mean, Heaston's still not a good person. His son may have been a complete, you know... Do we ever get the idea that he's not a good guy?
No, you've always gotten the feeling that he is a bad guy. Scarlet kind of looks and she says, well, you know, here's the thing. Trying to take over a town, that's the sort of thing that they lengthen a man's neck for. I wouldn't worry too much about Nigel. I feel like a sudden drop and a quick stop is in Mr. Heaston's future, whether his name's on the town or not.
Okay, well...
Pardon my inference, sister.
Wow. You rate. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Then I will defer. Why? Just got a bad feeling. It's fine. Then I guess we can head out. We can head out east. One last meal or no? This is...
I do think that it might be wise for us to perhaps have more than one stick of dynamite and possibly other supplies that would help us with forest spirits.
Torches and kerosene.
Is there a weed?
I mean, we have a giant ghost rock just underneath our little rented house. Tie some dynamite to that, throw that in. Done.
This seems ill-advised, and
only if you stand by it.
Only if you don't sell it for big money. I think that there's got to be another way to do this.
I'm going to put it this way. If you sell that thing, it's only going to bring misery wherever it goes. Blowing it up, probably the best option.
I am sorry. My ignorance about the ghost rock is still very large. Is it a
super coal
power source? Is it a...
Yes.
Yes.
It is super coal that burns hotter and brighter and, with the wails of the damned.
So we could use it as like a bomb.
Delivered by my ally. Yes.
That is an option, yes.
I mean, if you could get it to ignite, it would burn something fierce.
How do you ignite
a lot of dynamite? Generally, based on what Bob had said, not that Bob, but in-game
other
Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, other Bob. Other Bob had said you have to be careful. If only. Now let's stop teasing the chat.
Don't worry, Tank. We'll respond to that.
But no, it is actually a very volatile material because Bob even said you have to be careful when mining it because one bad hit with any normal steel and you'll just blow yourself to smithereens. It's essentially solidified TNT, pure, just nitroglycerin solidified.
So am I being really ridiculous in thinking that we could send, either on a cart or a boat into the center of the forest or,
All right, so let me put it this way. A pound of ghost rock, if you ignite it, so unprocessed, so this is what we're talking about, like a lump of, will burn for about a week, hot enough that you could only cook meals near it or char them on it. That's if it's not processed. And that's 1 pound. Yours is just over 66 pounds.
Checks out. We got this. We don't need no trebuchet. I'll just have a giant Leslie-shaped gargoyle fly that over it. And yeah.
Good idea.
I mean,
You also have a supernaturally strong entity that just be like,
I will also
That's true.
say that, Ghost Rock is... And there's whispers that carrying it for any length of time poisons not just the body, but the soul. We might want to be a little careful about it. If this is the Heaston Nugget, she looks at you, Bob. If this is the Heaston Nugget that you're talking about, that's also... Her eyes, they don't go as far as to get dollar signs, but they definitely sparkle. I mean, that's enough to set 2, maybe even 2 people up, traveling the world for the rest of their life in the lap of luxury.
I think I understand where you're headed. I lost track at counting 2, and I like that number. So it's
just slowly behind Leslie is Wicker's face going,
I lost track at 2. So I still think we should sell it. We can buy much gunpowder and still have many dollars left over.
I mean, if you're looking for someone to buy things from, either the Miners Association... Wait, did you say Dedabe was one of them Aspen people?
Did we? Yes. Did somebody say that to her? Yeah, somebody must have.
And he was doing some kind of ritual, so I'm not sure if he was one of the Aspen people or he was summoning the Aspen people. Really unclear.
Well, you know that he was head of the Miners Union here in town. I'm sure he's got stuff left over.
Yeah, let's go check out Denabe's.
Yeah. I'm down.
he's not using it.
Yeah.
It has been boarded up by order of the mayor when you guys get there.
The mayor is Heaston.
Mayor
Miss
Houston, yes.
Mayor.
He's a
Oh.
jerk.
And also, is there a way to detect that a person has been taken over? Like, would we be having to look at them with arcane sight?
Yeah.
You would.
That's what I did to make sure you had like a weird
I
little...
mean, you could throw a match on them,
Aspen.
see how they react.
Anyone will have a problem with that. It's like,
Right,
Yes,
it's
but
like
I
going
feel
up to a
they
person-
might get a little more defensive than the norm.
It's like going up to a person and stabbing them in the heart with a stake, and when they die, you're like, obviously they were a vampire. No,
Vampire.
anyone dies when you put a stake in their heart.
Bad test. Check your test.
Depends on what kind of steak we're talking. If they
It's a false positive.
handle a ribeye, then they obviously weren't mortal.
Okay. This is not deterrent to us. So, Wickers, mind you the boards and just these ripping boards.
Yeah, Wickers, you don't need to worry about that. You definitely...
Just kind of grabs aside and just treats it like a door and just bends the nails with it.
Instantly, when you guys step in, there's a smell of sort of rotten meat that kind of permeates the whole place.
This is disgusting.
You've been gone about 10 days. This is the middle, late 1800s. And it is, if you live in Colorado, you know what I'm talking about. There's dust everywhere. And it doesn't look like anyone has been through here. There's a couple of small tracks as if a rodent or family of rodents of some kind had been through here in the scat to match. But it looks like the cigars are gone. The glass has been broken. Everybody give me a notice roll.
Did you say the cigars are gone?
The cigars are gone.
It's very sad. Notice.
9.
Okay.
Five. Oh, I didn't roll it in front of the camera. It's okay. I'll remember next time.
So I was only a 5, Bob.
Otherwise, it would have been a 55.
That's right.
55.
$13.
All right. So, Leslie and Ada, as you look around, it looks like this place has been ransacked. However, Wickers, you do find, Wickers and May, you do find as you're kind of going through the back that under a pile of debris, there is a pair of pickaxes as well as a pair of axes that seem to be still in decent shape. But Sister May, as you're walking across in the back, you definitely hear the sound change a little bit under your foot, as if it's hollow beneath beneath this back room.
Knew it. I love a secret passage.
With a 13, you are able to find that one of the shelves, it pulls out just a little bit, and when it does, there is a click, and part of the floor drops down into a ramp underneath, and the smell of petrochlor and sort of like a fecund rotting smell kind of comes up out of the cellar.
Maybe best if I go first.
I think I found the rest of the bodies.
This is an infectious way to talk about corpses, but I enjoy your enthusiasm.
Scarlet gets like right up like next to you and is like, your friend, the sister, she's got a very sunny personality, even in the face
amazing.
of truly morbid things.
As Wicker starts going down, I know, it's awful.
All right, so Wickers, it is pitch black down there as you look down.
Okay. Light something up.
Is there a lantern up there?
Oh, jeez. Does anybody even carry a lantern? We haven't had to worry about that yet, have we?
I mean, the last person that had a lantern was Ada, and she used it.
Oh, yeah.
Is there one around?
Yeah, you. Well, no, it's all been ransacked. So
yeah. All right. Well, I guess that I can make some kind of. I can't make stuff glow with the meager spells that I have, and it's not worth stepping sideways into the Hellsmouth Saloon.
Okay,
Sister May,
I mean, you can make a trinket that's just a candle.
But I can't. I don't have that.
Oh, do you not have a trinket? I thought that was
Wait,
one
glow
of your
is a power modifier,
things.
so I'd have to like cast it something else to get the power modifier, right?
yeah, you would have to use something else. But Bob does have trinkets.
I see. Boost lower trait. Oh, trinkets. My gosh. Okay, I was looking in alphabetical order. I was thinking I already have it. Never mind. So whatever. So, yeah. All right. Then I guess that is. But it doesn't say how many power points it is to cast such a thing. And that's not something I have to roll for, is it?
I mean, it's just a spell casting test.
It's such a little roll. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if I knew, I have what 15 of these bad boys. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, you have 15 of these bad boys.
All right, spell casting. Well, there's 6 explodes, so 12. No, 10. I can count.
All right.
10 of them.
You produce a lantern there, Leslie.
Yes.
It costs you 3, and it,
Okay.
It lights up immediately, marked with the Jack of Spades, kind of like the shape of the light looks like the Jack of Spades, as if it was like blown in that shape, and it gives off weird shadows. You kind of get the feeling that Mammalian is definitely
Playing with me.
playing with you.
Mm-hmm.
But as you go
I'm
down
gonna
the
hand it-
Wickers, oh, go ahead.
I'm going to hand it to Wickers because age before beauty, or
Both.
I don't know.
Yeah, him before me. Wickers,
Yeah,
as you
him.
get down there, this is a dry country, but the ground squishes beneath your feet in the cellar. And as you pull it
Tilt
up,
the light as much as I can.
you can see something dark pooling up around your boot print. and you can see a lot of roots that have grown down in here and spawned other root. It looks like one large root network is taking up the northeastern part of this cellar. But you do see some boxes. You do see a large spindle with cord kind of wrapped tightly around it. And you also see kind of in the dirt walls of the cellar, you can see like small broken stumps of Radius and Ulna. You can see kind of like a bit of a rib cage poking out of the wall, kind of through the roots.
With this, is it just a singular skeleton or is it multiple?
You're guessing about a half dozen.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe we found Denabe, but not if there's 6. It could be anybody.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to get out of here.
Not a pleasant location. Goes over to the boxes, just kind of hauls one on top of shoulder.
Because I'm standing on the stairs. I'm not walking down there.
The boxes are sticks of dynamite.
Yeah, careful.
Or sticks of TNT, I should say.
Are they lucky, though?
These ones don't seem to be lucky. They do seem a bit wet.
That
Like
would be
they're
sweating
sweaty?
nitroglycerin.
A little like they're sweating, Sister May.
Sweating nitroglycerin means they're very volatile.
None of
That's
them.
me out of
As soon
character.
as he hears that, it's just
None of
maybe
them
the other one.
have cords in them.
Okay,
Oh, is that what the spindle is that you're talking about?
yeah, that's the deck cord.
Blasting cord.
Okay, so
I'm a spinner. I was thinking, why does he have a random spool of wool around?
that's because he wants to make it
Sometimes you
relatable.
need a sweater.
Yeah, you got a ton of sweaters.
All right. All right. So we can't be carrying. We cannot be common knowledge. Will I know that stuff will explode?
Oh
Because
yeah, it's awful.
sweating?
You should, yeah.
Okay. Place the box on the ground, and if we're going to take, there's no way around this.
Sister May, as you're looking at it, not all of them are sweating. Just the majority of them. With a 13, you could probably pull 4 sticks that aren't sweating out of the box.
Out of all the boxes, or just the one he's holding?
There's only 2 boxes down there, and the other one is wet through the wood.
Yeah, this is a bad thing. Mm-hmm. So, noted. We have 4 sticks of dynamite and a whole bunch of deck cord.
That's true.
So,
Scarlet leans over to you, Ada. So, are we really going into this forest?
yes.
About in?
This is the only way to burn the forest, and we are very strong and we have courage.
And we're sure there's some sort of man-devouring plant tree thing out there?
Yes.
At least one. At least.
Quite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're one of Hellstrom's flamethrowers, right? She kind of thumps you in the shoulder. We should...
What is Hellstom's flamethrower?
Oh.
Is this like a Holocaust cloak?
It is sort of like if only we had a Holocaust cloak and a wheelbarrow, you guys could... No, so Hellstrom is not a mad scientist. He is the mad scientist. And his organization and company works out of Salt Lake City. And yeah, it is the mail order catalog of steampunk weirdness in Deadlands.
So you say like you know what like there is one available, or is that too much to how you say hope?
Oh, I don't
let
have
you
one,
know.
and I don't know that anyone carries this in town. But
So, is academic this conversation we are having, or
I
is
say
this
more wistful.
wistful is a new word for me. I will.
Did anybody happen to see a Hellstrom catalog, by chance, somewhere in there, maybe among the trash?
I didn't spot much
No.
in the way of
Plus,
good spotting
it would
numbers.
be. It would take a while to get out there. And Tank the Frank is right. Like, you could also try and order something from Smith and Robarts.
They're the better company. They're the more
Reputable.
reputable company. Thank you. Yeah.
Leslie, with
I
how
mean, my idea was
the
quite
character
different.
works, do you have like luck or requisition, or like you have call ally or something? Do you have a
Yeah.
requisition ability?
I don't think anything like that.
No.
It would be sweet though. Unless I sacrificed like a Harrowed or something, can I get one? I like. So,
Where would you find
I
such a thing?
I have no idea. I'm just a William T. Mann.
Okay, well, as people are discussing, I'm gonna go find the mayor, tell her that there was a ritual space under Deneve's house that has very volatile sweating dynamite, and that she might want to evacuate any surrounding buildings until she can
Or
handle
we could
cleanup
carry it out
or
of
self-detonate.
town.
Okay.
oh no.
Or I could carry it out of town.
Well,
as
she
the
already
person that's.
she left.
Oh,
Yeah, there are some wounds from even you cannot come back from. Like it
You
would be
find
I mean, I
atomized.
you
could be
find
careful
Mayor
and
Lobo,
not drop them.
and when you get there, she's talking with Nigel, and she's like, "No, I mean, you are the marshal, and he did technically incite a riot, so I will sign off on it." Thank you, Mayor. Oh, Sister May. What brings you to the office? And as you explain everything, you can see just the color. Will this never end? We will have Prospector Bob and some of the other miners in the association. They know how to take care of this. Thank you for bringing it. Wait, what exactly were you doing in a building that I had cordoned off?
Well, keeping your townsfolk safe, of course. It's a passion of mine.
Zach, the Acme catalog was one of the best role-playing supplements I've ever had for Toon. It was, or the Ace catalog, because they could not use the Acme name. Listen, we're going to talk about that in a bit, Sister May. I'm just finishing up here. We're signing the hang-in orders for Heaston.
She went by herself, I imagine, because we're all kind of
You guys are
puttering
all like
around
looking at
with-
sweating
yeah.
dynamite.
Yeah, and I'm yeah.
I
Back in
assume
school.
that you'll be waiting for the rotating judge, who will probably be around sometime in the next 3 months.
Actually, the judge is on his way here and will be here by the end of the week. So,
How fortuitous.
as long as the judge countersigns everything, Heaston will, well, I don't like it, but I also don't like what he did. It was against the law. Marshal Nigel has outlined it. Marshal Nigel, what does this town come to? I'm sorry. Listen, I can't have you going into that house. We'll have Nigel post some men around there to make sure that no one else gets in there, and we'll dispose of it. Thank you, sister.
Very wise.
Nigel here has been spreading some interesting tales about what you all plan to do.
See now.
He blushes all the way up and down the back of his neck.
Detect Arcana, please.
Uh-oh.
I don't sense any.
Smart Alec.
That's right.
I don't?
I don't.
You don't have to roll for that?
Yes, you do. It is.
Same as JM.
He's being a smartass.
Give me a faith roll. I thought you were ordering me to detect Arcana.
Detect it.
Well, I said please.
That's true.
I don't know what he's not detecting. This place is magic, right?
That's right.
Magic, magic.
10.
There is no you can detect that the cross that Nigel wears under his shirt has a faint aura of magic. But that's it.
Well, I'm sure Nigel understands that telling a town that has been infiltrated by the enemy what the people who are going to try and take out the enemy are doing seems like a very unwise thing. I'm sure that can't possibly be what he did.
Now, Sister May, listen, I report. I'm a man of the law, and I report to the mayor. Mayor had every right to, know what's going on.
Oh, I agree. But she did say that you had been telling the townsfolk
No.
about what we had done.
Just to the mayor. After I did my duty.
Did I mishear, or was she inciting?
She was saying that he has been telling tales. She did not say who.
Oh, okay. Pardon my assumption.
Now, I should warn you, Heaston has, vowed, vengeance upon you and Wickers and Ada and Mr. Leslie for putting down his boy. I delivered the news. He also said some right unkind things about myself and my mother and the marital state in which I was conceived.
I'm sure he must be grieving.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of grief. A whole lot of hatred. Meanwhile, back at the Denebe Cigar and Cafe, what are you doing, Ada and Wickers and Leslie?
I'm backing away from that basement, determinedly, but also very carefully, holding the hand of my beloved so that she might also come safely with me.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. There's no reason to be down there. No reason.
Right, none at all.
Wickers is just gonna slowly.
Yeah, that's an agility check. No.
You're not the game master here.
You're right.
You're like a
lucky I'm
GM,
not.
Tony.
Don't instigate.
Oh, don't worry. I'm instigating enough for everybody.
I know. And then after he sets it down, 2 steps. Then the fastest you've ever seen Wickers move without having intent to kill.
Scarlet, my love, do you know if there are, it's in the absence of best mad genius in universe, are there any less best mad geniuses here in this?
Oh, not in Heaston. Trust us. What we would have been able to do with Gatling pistol or something from the Robards catalog. Nope, sorry, I lost the accent. I don't truck very much with Hellstrom. You should see what he did to Salt Lake. It's horrible. I don't even know if that city sees the sun anymore for all the ghost rock smoke it's belching into the air.
This is bad, but Heaston did that?
No, Hellstrom.
No, Hellstrom. Gotcha. Never mind. Okay, this is bad, and maybe that is next stop in retribution. But
No, Leslie, I think there's plenty of other places I could show you that would be much more interesting than Salt Lake City.
I like the way you think, even though I am not sure what you mean. I still adore the way you think. So
I will
why
tell you
wrong?
exactly what I'm thinking, Leslie. I think the first thing we should, and that's when Sister May walks in, and
May!
Scarlet just, she kind of looks at Sister May and,
Okay, good.
Question.
Okay,
yes.
Before I left, did Nigel still need to talk to the mayor?
Oh yeah, he was still going to stick around and talk.
I was hoping to get some mileage out of my Detect Arcana by having him come with me so that it go, that's a pod person, that's a pod person, that's a pod person, and
So
but
no,
apparently
that's
not.
fine. No, Sister May, as you walk through town, again, there's so many people there's not a lot of people on the street. You don't see any Aspen people anywhere here. What you do notice is a stark absence of people. This town that was bustling just over a week ago, you don't know if they're all sheltering within their homes, if people have gone missing, if people have packed up and left. Excuse me, it's not a ghost town. But it's not the thriving mining town that you visited 2 weeks ago.
Boy, I sure hope nothing bad happened to all them. Not 100% our concern. So, where have you gone? Now you're back. You're like light shining in dark room. Welcome back, Sister May. Where have you been?
Oh, I just went to tell the mayor that this place might blow up.
All his wise.
We should probably take a step back across town.
A few more of them than yes. Agreed. Beautiful and wise. So let's move out.
I mean, so long as nobody starts thumping on the boxes, I think it'll be fine down there.
Alas, there were
As
rat
such,
marks.
he walks over and he just shuts the secret compartment. Walks
there
away.
there were rat like stuff down there. So yeah, and trees. Oh yeah, wait. That's trees. Trees' roots. Are we not concerned that there was horrible tree roots growing into the cellar of this man's home, and we are going to fight interconnected giant aspen creature things? Would this be our chance to deal some damage, or are we? How can
You want to do it with a box of leaky dynamite?
I think that it's a good start.
We're in close proximity
We have
to
to
sweating
evacuate
dynamite.
first.
This is what I'm saying. We are at close proximity to roots and close proximities to dynamite, and we have
As well as the family across the street, the family across the other street.
Fortunately, they are more mobile than tree, so we can have them move away.
Or we can just deal with the problem at the source and come back and see if this is still a problem and deal with it then, rather than put families at risk in general.
I will bow to your wisdom in this matter briefly, but
Leslie, I don't
keep it in back of brain.
I don't know that I actually like saying this, but I think I agree with Wickers. You know, these things, they're all tied together, and a little bit of burning on the edges, that's not how you burn a blanket. You start in the middle.
Why would you burn a blanket?
Listen, things have happened in my life. I don't need to explain my stories to you.
Fell asleep smoking or something.
I really feel like this is an anecdote that I would be absolutely delighted to hear.
Did I overhear someone talking about that they were burning Ghost Rock, or that there was smoke?
Scarlet was saying that Salt Lake City has so much ghost rock that is continually burned that it is under a layer of smog.
Has that been an issue here? Like,
no, not at all.
It might have drifted. The ash cloud might have.
It was
drifted
just
over the
it's just a
forest,
world
created
building
an unholy-
element.
Yeah,
It's
no,
flavor text.
it's
Talking about someplace.
Are we
So
going to
this
get
is-
the Keystone Nugget though? And
Ugh.
Ada, you keep looking at that
what?
forest very keep looking at that forest like it's going to reach out and bite you. Are you sure you want to go in there?
I think the dreams will go away if I can help deal with the forest.
I've got to tell you, there have been plenty of times in my life where I feel the same way. You burn the object of your fear, and once they stop screaming, the nightmares, they go away.
I think.
I've been waiting on that for 20 years now.
This is very strange.
The first one I found, I burned. He screamed a lot. That didn't really help.
You need therapy. This is not healthy. Coping mechanism, burning foes.
What in all of the God's Green Hills is therapy?
This makes lots of sense now that you say this.
Alienists are brand new, Bob. All right, so
All
what's
right,
the plan?
So Leslie straight up told Scarlet that we have the ghost rock.
No, you brought up a very large ghost rock nugget. Or Wickers brought up a very large ghost rock nugget. You talked about using it to blow it up. She put 2 and 2 together, and none of you have contradicted her yet.
Yeah, we were talking
No
about
point
going and
then.
maybe selling it and moving on with our lives.
Besides, if Wickers is the one that has it, she's not touching it.
I don't think that Wicker should carry it. I would like to hire a pack mule and a very
at least for
long
the
lead.
start. Wickers
For
could
that.
carry it for the start.
It's to
He's
the pack
already
mule.
damned.
All right, what's the plan, Sister May, Ada, Leslie, and Wickers? You've got a forest full of aspens, and daylight's burning.
This is a strange turn of
So
phrase.
shall the forest.
I agree with Bob. We should absolutely get a wagon and a mule.
Well, if we're going to be following the creek, it's going to be a little harder
It's
on
gonna
that.
be, yeah, getting a wagon's not like this. This is
Just at least a mule
Yeah, you can get a mule.
or a sure-footed miner who has not long to live anyways.
Wow.
Are you
They-
talking about
They
Bob?
do have narrow carts that we could hitch up to a mule
It's
that would
it's true, but
give
it's
the mule
rough
some
terrain.
distance so he doesn't spook and whatever from the ghosts.
As long as you can. All right, a mule. For
I mean,
Sister
I'm going to
May.
be a... Ooh, we already have a problem. I'm a
A
spook.
mule!
I'm a spook,
But that's
and we've already established that animals are not keen
the
about this.
this is
Oh,
problem.
I'll
that
eat
he-
the mule. No problem.
I'm still going to be nearby. That's not going to go away.
I mean, really, is this minute? Well, it hasn't hurt the horses thus far. Let's just go. Let's go see what happens. This is adventure. This is the best adventure.
Meanwhile, in the stables, man, he touched me.
Yeah, that's the plan. We got our boomy stuff. We have provisions, right?
The chat did point out something.
Uh-oh.
You guys, no, it's a good thing. Remember, you guys do get the bounty for the Little Rocker regulars.
Haha.
Oh,
You'd have to
Is
go
the-
talk
yeah,
with
killed.
Nigel. Sister May, and so who's going with Sister May to find the mule, and who's going to go pick up the bounty?
Well, I got cash. I'm going to find a mule. Let's go, Sister May and I.
I'm with Ada then to collect bounty.
We'll go collect the bounty.
All right.
I'm staying with wherever Scarlet is because I don't want her to leave and go get her posse to come and rob us.
Wow, Sister May,
This
so
is-
untrusting. Honestly, if you weren't a sister,
Not very
I'd be
Christian
worried.
of you.
All right, so Ada, hey, Lone Coral, thanks for the follow. Ada, you and Wickers get to the marshal's office where you can hear someone is cussing up a blue streak. Tank the Freak, you get a Benny for that, by the way. And Zach, why not? I'm feeling generous as well. A Mule for Sister May is just a delightful second subtitle to this, so please go ahead and enjoy the Benny. And you just hear, as you walk up, you can hear Frank go, Heaston, I didn't kill your boy. Neither did Nigel. And none of the people who did are here. So if you don't shut... Oh, damn it, Wickers.
Wickers just walks up and says, "Is there a problem here?"
Nope, nothing that a bit of beeswax won't cure. And you can see that Felix now has a deputy badge on.
Nods at Felix, looking at the badge and looking at him, just nods in a...
What can I do for the two of you?
It's on you, Ada. As Wickers is going to stand in front of the cell that holds currently the angriest man in well, second angriest man. I'm sorry, I forgot about myself there for a second. Second angriest man in the county.
Heaston shuts up when you approach, and we'll come back to you here in a second. Ada, Felix is kind of looking at you as a mighty fine shooting there.
I've been practicing.
What can I do for you? What brings you here to the marshal's office?
Well, as you may or may not know, since you're new to the office, but there were bounties on the Little Rock Irregulars.
I was hoping you guys wouldn't bring that up and I could claim the bounty myself after you headed out, but I'm assuming you'll be wanting your 7,000.
Wickers, how do we feel about sharing the bounty with the local
Authorities.
authorities?
They helped. They were present. Tell you what, for the ones that you captured and put in these cells, as he looks at them and just giving them that evil glare, like, say something, I dare you. And he looks back at Felix. Those are yours. The rest,
We'll take the
corpses.
bounties for the rest.
Specifically the one that she took care of. Personally, I feel like that's only just. However, I have no idea how many I killed, as he just sits there and scratches like, how many was that?
Well,
At least 2.
Arkansas Harwell was worth 3,000. I say there's 4 of you, 4,000 worth it.
We'll take it.
Sounds like a deal.
He opens the safe and starts counting out the money. Heaston is just glaring at you. He isn't saying anything. But if he could, if the heat of his look carried any actual heat, there would no longer be bars between you.
Wickers will get close. I told you, boy, Max, and I'll tell you. You should always be careful not to swing your dick around. And then he'll stand back up.
I'm not there. I wish I was there. I would say something about this. It would be so good. But I'm
You
not
know
there.
what?
So I'm going to back away.
The difference between you and me is, aside from a heartbeat, and he leans real close to the bars, I've still got 2 boys left. And he walks over and he sits down on the bench.
Wickers will lean in again and just put, this time, he'll pull down the bandana he's been using as a mask. Let them come.
Funny thing, the more you see those faces, less scary they are. Make sure, next time you see one, you pass on my thanks. Sister May and Leslie, you guys make it to the stables. Oh, well, I do have a mule I could sell you, but Dolly's a little off. It's the only mule I have, but she'll pull a cart as straight as she can.
Do we need cart? I thought we were just going to put thing on mule that is off and pull mule with very long rope along.
Listen, you saved me, and you saved all of my kin in the riots, Sister May and Leslie. I'll give you Dolly. Just free and clear.
This is a stinky but amazing gift. Thank you for this. This is very kind of you.
Dolly comes out, and she is definitely looking at you off to the left, Leslie, and at you, Sister May, at the same time.
Oh,
which is
perfect
bless
mule.
its heart.
so Dolly. So Dolly will probably take no ill effects from this thing. That
Oh no, Dolly's the she's nothing can kill Dolly.
this is very good news for Dolly. All right. Well, many thanks, and I'm going to leave behind a large folding money bill on the stable as I'm on the way out because, yeah, I just would feel terrible actually taking advantage of these people. I was here to save them to begin with, and also I'm rich. No, let's go.
And humble. You're the humblest guy here, Bob.
Very humble.
Or Leslie.
Very humble. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this is something to rig up the thing on. So I imagine we need to go now.
All right.
A little bit concerned.
How are you getting the wagon, or how are you getting the rock? Who's going to get that?
This is exactly. I think
The meat shield.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we need to do this covertly. Otherwise, we're gonna. Yeah. So if I'm just gonna go whistle out front, standing in front, with my beautiful mule, and hopefully you can come out with it wrapped in a, I don't
Tarp.
know.
We
Bed
borrow
sheet.
an empty dynamite box from the miners.
Could do that.
Oh, good, yeah.
And tank
Would it fit
summon
the,
summon ally. I'm trying to save my summon ally. I only have a certain number of bennies. Or no, certain number of points to spend. So
You can wait on that one till we're closer. And for the most part, Wickers can do heavy lifting. He is quite strong.
And I'm going to do everything in my power to dissuade Scarlet from assuming that we have the nugget, like talking about how we opened the safe and, Prospector Bob's claim and how it had a decent size, but not the nugget, maybe closer to a pound. And I was just in my way,
Yeah, in your way. Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll, Sister May.
Oh, good. I'm good at those.
but
Persuasive.
without lying. But no lying, Sister May.
I don't have to lie. We did find one. We just gave it to Bob.
Oh, okay. See, I see.
I mean, it's as easy as saying, "Thou shalt not covet another's possession." By God.
John, that was spectacular. Yeah. Now, I was going to make the pun about covering your aspen, but now as you're heading into the forest, you do got to make sure that you cover your ass. Dolly's a good mule.
Get them a weighted. Let's get them a weighted blanket. That'll keep her.
12? Oh, my apologies, Sister May. I wouldn't have ever. That was an assumption on my part. I know it had gone missing. When you were talking about a large ghost rock nugget, I naturally assumed that is on me. Now,
We heard about that too. So, I haven't heard the whole story. Can you tell me, does anybody know anything about who did it?
Sister May, as she begins to tell you about how this thing got taken, was found, right? It was found. It was a big deal. I've got some bad news for you, Sister May.
Oh?
You have -2 to all of your faith rolls for the rest of the week. Because Lion's a sin.
I specifically said I didn't lie.
Yeah, but a lie of omission, or a lie of changing the truth. I feel like that's splitting hairs. Hairs perhaps on Dolly's backside.
How
Nice.
dare you split Dolly's hairs?
Oh,
Shame.
You
Rook, I
are
think your computer is
purposely
making
giving
weird noise.
information to another person for the purpose of deceiving them. from the actual truth. I understand that you were trying to justify it.
Which of the 10 Commandments is "Thou shalt not lie" again?
Really?
Thou shalt not bear
Really?
false witness.
Yeah, so I was going to say
Covers-
false witness.
But here's the thing. More importantly, it's in this good book.
Oh.
And it does
Snap.
specify if you lie, you take
Under
penalties.
minor sinning.
Minor sinning.
Yep.
I could not have come up with. Thank you for setting me up for that. I know you didn't mean to do that, but you feel a little off. You feel dirty as soon as you say it, Sister May. You might have to go wash your own mouth out with lye and ash. But
Dang.
as you have Dolly, you have a miner's box filled with a small, unnamed piece of ghost rock. And you guys head out into the forest. I am definitely going to need a notice roll from you as you approach the aspen forest.
We
It
get
is,
to all
I'm-
make this?
He's got a 15.
Yo.
Eagle eyes over there.
Heightened awareness.
All
It's a
right.
linger. 5. Such as it is.
All right. So 5, something in the teens from Ada. Wickers, what'd you get? 7. Sister May,
Did a 4.
a 4. All right. As you guys get closer, the shadows seem to lengthen. Even Scarlet kind of draws her horse up against Leslie's horse. They're kind of riding close. Sister May, you and Dolly, feeling a little like Balaam as you head up into these hills, just waiting for Dolly to open that snarl-toothed mouth. As you've got the mule pack on there, and as you start to head into the hills, it's not that far, right? It's only about a half hour's ride just past Lone Tree Trail, but it's vast and the ways are tangled. And as you head up, Ada, you definitely get the feeling you are being watched. And even with the penalty from this guy's stealth, you can see on a ridge about half mile to the north. You first see the glimpse, something catching the sun's dying light, reflecting it like a spyglass. And as you get closer, you can see that there's someone kneeling on the edge of the ridge with a spyglass. As he pulls it down, he is wearing a barley sack with 2 eye holes cut on it. You can't tell whether his clothes are old or caked, but there's just like, it seems as if the reason it was so hard to see is it looks like he's caked himself in mud, and as soon as he sees you notice him, he notices you noticing him, and he disappears into the trees. So are we going in there in the dark, or are we going to wait for
Well, it can cut you off there. We are not going in there in the dark. I can't imagine why would in the hell we would ever do a thing like that. Is there any reason why we must? Why we should?
I can't think of,
I mean,
of one. What about the rest of you?
what is the reason that I missed double entendre? I wouldn't know that word anyways.
It's okay. Most
Monsters
of my
sleep at
players
night.
master the single entendre.
I'm so nasty on this too. Monsters sleep at night. Whatever. If we can see in there, I would actually, if we're going to do this, is there any way for, I don't know enough about the spells, is there any way for me to be able to help us all detect these creepy little buggers? Or is it just like a, detect arcanum on myself?
You could cast...
Oh, wait.
Oh.
I could. Multiple targets, right?
Yeah.
No.
Let's pull up Detect Arcanum, Leslie, and I will give you...
Because that'd be sweet. I don't have it, so I'd have to gamble.
Let's see here. Area of effect as conceal only. Additional recipients. So to detect, to give everyone detection would be 5 power points. 6 if you want to include Scarlet. 7 if you want to include Dolly.
Dolly has supernatural vision already. She can see in many different chameleonic, directions at one time. She is amazing. Okay, we can try this. Do we think it's worth it? I mean, I don't think I would. Do we think it's worth it to go gamble at this point for such a thing? Otherwise, actually, no. These things were corporeal. The only reason I wanted it is because it was inside of Sister May. Ignore everything I said. It's a dumb idea. Let's go look for some trees during the daytime.
You guys want to wait for the morning?
That's my vote. We're just going to keep the nugget. Oh, wow. This thing is so dangerous, though.
It really is.
Nope. My heart says, because it is terrified, to do it later, but my head says the longer we sit with that, the thing, the more likely we are to go boom. So I must
only if you're intending to blow it up beforehand or hit it with steel.
This distinct possibility. I mean, we could just have someone looking at us with glass of, long glass. So if person with long glass and burlap bag, he has feed bag overhead and is obviously not nice guy, could perhaps go and shoot the box, and then we all die. Dolly included. Even though I have been told she cannot die.
You seem to think that he could tell what's in the box.
I'm just saying, well, if he has large gun with many bullets, you are finding ways to make this very haphazard and not smart. I am finding ways to be smart.
While they're talking, Scarlet kind of comes over. So we're staying here tonight, right, sisters?
This is... Evidently, I'm the only one who thinks we should go now.
I understand.
I wasn't arguing against that. My argument was against your supposition that this person could clearly see TNT on a box from all the way over there with a...
All right, as you guys are arguing, as the sun goes down, you can hear a soft voice kind of come rolling out of the forest hills. You guys are kind of on the outskirts of the forest. And you hear, in the high lonely Uentas, where the cold winter wails, up long trackless canyons, down old forest trails, there roamed my sweet Bill, with death on his tail. Though he never came back, my love for him won't fail. He built up a shack, way out in the bogs, where the moss hangs down low. It's a bed for the frogs. And the crickets all sigh, they sing him to sleep. I promise, sweet Bill, for him I shan't weep. He'll stay there forever, alone in his shame, so disgraced and disheveled. Folks lost his true name. But I walk the wild hills with these words on my breath. Goodbye, my sweet Bill, who was tracked down by death. And you can see a young girl comes walking out of the forest.
Nope.
Everybody just immediately is like, nope.
So if I shoot this child,
all
is
of
there
you give
corruption
me
point?
a notice roll at -4.
Shit. Blah. That's dang it. It's hard to roll with stuff in here.
4.
4 with the -4.
0.
All right, 1, 0. Sister May and Ada, you can see the
No. My total was 4.
So
with
0.
With the minus.
Right.
Oh.
So Sister May and Ada, you see, you're the only ones who got a success with the penalties. You can see that this young woman is, as she steps into the light, she's short, but she's clearly a woman in her late teens, early 20s. She is plastered with water. She is dripping. Her hair is plastered to her face. She has very dark circles under her eyes. She's very, very...
Water or sap?
It looks as if she is soaking wet.
I do not trust her.
Creepy little girl walks out of the woods. What's not to trust?
Young lady.
She's 20. I could shoot her, and it wouldn't be nearly as bad. That's
That-
I wanted to know the approximate age.
Yes.
I mean, as long
late
as we're-
teens, early 20s.
Fair enough.
That's not how I do all little girl or young women's voices.
Yeah.
John.
Adam Sandler voice.
Adam Sandler voice.
It's difficult.
Are you a representative of the Dark Mother?
Good Lord.
She kind of turns her head, and you can see a lot of water kind of dribbles out of her mouth and out of her nose. Behind. Oh no. No. She lies further to the north. I'm just here holding it for him.
For whom?
Holding what, dear?
Nope.
She smiles and then burbles up just like foul swamp water. Little bits of twigs. You can see a frog hits the ground and starts hopping up for him. And you can see stepping out of the forest at a slow walk is a man in rotting clothes. And you can see half of his skull has been picked clean all the way to the bone. And he reaches out as if he's swiping something from the girl, and you can see she kind of jerks a little bit and then falls to the ground, and he's holding a large tree branch with a massive iron nail driven through it. And he says, "For us!" And we're going to get some initiative on.
Oh, for crying out loud. Nope. I knew she was trouble. So had I shot her...
It would not have mattered.
It would have been
As
thrown
much.
for the- Nope.
Because then he would just walked up and still taken out his spiky club.
I regret sinning very much.
Why? What did that do to you?
She's
mean,
at
like-
-2 for all faith-based rolls now.
What can we
So,
do to
healing.
absolve you?
For a week. For...
There's got to be a way to absolve. There's got to be.
All right, we're going to
I mean,
start...
during that week, I'm, Hail Marying and repentance and
We're going to start with
probably
Sister
a lot
May. Sister May, the 8 of spades. Wickers, the ace of spades.
Nice.
Ooh. Auspicious.
Mr. Bob Crumb, the Queen of Hearts. The cards don't
And
lie.
you chose two
I
cards
did.
from me, right?
I did. Yeah.
I'm going to ask every time. Just don't get me.
Yeah, no, seven of spades and upgrade to the Queen of Clubs.
Nice.
Ada, I assume you're going to want the 9 of Hearts as opposed to...
Yeah.
Love it. Sweet. What did Scarlet get? Oh, she's here.
Scarlet got a 3 of Hearts.
Okay, that's.
Still a heart.
Still
Oh,
Hearts. You know it, Bob.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Now we need fire, water, earth.
Captain
Then
Planet.
we'll be able to summon the ultimate warrior.
All right, so we've got Wickers. You are up first.
It's just him. Now, right?
That is all you can see.
Okay.
Where's
Look,
Lucky Dynamite?
Do any of us know what this is before, like, as our general knowledge, you said we could ask. So I'm just asking, do any of us know what this thing is?
he
Well,
looked like a hero to me.
it does look a lot like Wickers.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the top half, Wicker's got the bottom. Together, we make a whole, Skelly man.
John Doom has given JM a Benny. He is no longer my friend.
I'm Doom. Why do you hate us?
I mean, to be fair, he did slight JM by comparing his voice to Adam Sandler. So
Listen,
That's a slight. Wait a second.
I have nothing but love. I went with Lunch Lady Land because it was probably the most appropriate
Yes.
song title I could come up with on
Yes.
such short notice from the Adam Sandler oeuvre.
Mhm.
All right,
I mean, it was always Opera Man.
that's right. Wickers, you're going to be up first, followed by the Mr. Bob Crumb.
I'm gonna guess that you're not inclined to play nice.
Oh, I don't mind. And he picks up the stick, convincing you of something. Isn't that right? Thirsty. And Ada, you hear something moving through the brush off to your left.
I was afraid of. Oh well, here we go.
So
Lets
who
out the-
notices things? Okay, sorry.
He lets out the claws and he runs up.
All
He's
right.
gonna- Oh, thank you, John Doom.
Ada, you got a Benny from
John Doom is just.
Okay.
John Doom.
Thank you, John Doom. It's not that I really think you hate us. It's just, Sam doesn't need more bennies at this moment.
Will a 6 hit?
A 6 will not hit.
Crap.
Well, it's a good thing that double attack because it got 2 hands,
You do.
2 sets of claws. So go for that second attack. Oh, that's much better. How about a 13? How's that sit for you?
A 13 will hit.
Thank
I
God.
noticed you didn't say with the raise.
That is true.
This man scares me.
Hmm.
Well, I don't like hearing that.
What is making a thumping sound on your mic, Rook?
Yeah, there's
Oh, the computer. My computer, unfortunately, situation.
Don't worry about it.
That should do
Much better. It's
Yeah,
All
wonderful.
right,
Thank you.
so there's a 9 involved, so my brain just crapped out on me. 9 plus 5, whatever that is.
14.
Yes, 14.
All right, that will inflict a wound
Nice.
Start.
on him. Leslie.
Summon ally.
All right,
It's just
go for it.
it's just gonna happen.
You got to
because-
deal with the devil.
No, I got it
You-
last time.
You
Remember?
purchased it. That's
I purchased the
right.
big bad one, the good
You
one.
did.
Yeah, I'm so pleased with myself. Okay, spell casting. That's not good enough. Nope. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna. So there's a 6 and so 10 total.
10 total. That summons your ally
Yes.
with a raise.
Oh really? Oh. Okay. Sweet. Is there somewhere online that I can look to get his sheet so you don't have to constantly do it for me?
I will shoot you a picture.
Okay, that's awesome. Sorry. Yeah.
No, don't worry about it,
I
man.
have that book.
It is incoming. You want it on Discord or chat?
Discord's good.
Okay. I'm gonna put it in the Deadlands one so that I can.
It's amazing.
Nothing.
Thank you. That's
I
good.
got you.
Does he go on
Oh.
the same initiative as I do? Sorry.
No, he doesn't. He will go on the same initiative as you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You want to give me a roll for him, Leslie?
Oh, he gets to do it right away.
Yeah, go for
okay.
it.
I thought it, so. Even though I just summoned him, he
Yep.
can. Okay, so he's going to charge headlong into this guy, and I guess he's going to do a fighting, right?
Give me a
so
fighting roll.
D10. D10. Ask me
Nope.
how I know.
Because that's what you keep rolling.
It's right here in front of me. 9.
9.
Does a 9 hit?
9 hits.
Yes.
So he's going to roll his D12 plus 2 plus a D8.
This is amazing. Where's my D8? This is all plus 2. Okay, that's... These both explode then, right? No, that's a 12. This one's a 6, though. So 5, 11, 13, 14, 22, plus 2, 24.
20. Why did you roll a D6 in there, Bob?
Then take away 11.
Okay.
I thought I was... Okay, so I can't remember what I'm supposed to roll the wild card die for.
For trait rolls, not for damage unless I tell you got a raise. So
Okay.
it's 8 plus 5? Or 8 plus 2?
Yes, 8 plus 4, so that's 12.
12 plus the additional... Oh, yeah, 8 plus 4, so 12. So, Bob,
Yep.
that will shake him.
I'll take it.
All right. It is now its turn. And it is going to take 2 swings with the convincing stick. 1 at Wickers and 1 at Gargoyle Leslie.
Oh, yes.
Dropped a bunch of stuff, pardon me. All right, so let's start with Gargoyle Leslie. What's your parry?
Oh, yeah, I can check. Parry is 7.
All right. So a 9 with the -2 hits your gargoyle. Wickers, what's your parry?
6.
Okay. All right. So a 16 will hit you good.
Yeah.
Oh, you could say that.
All right. So Wickers. We'll start with Bob. Your guy will take plus 2. 13 points of damage, which with his toughness, so it will just shake him, Bob.
Okay, so
Wickers,
he's shit.
19 up off your toughness is still 8, correct?
My toughness is 9.
Toughness is 9, so that'll so 10 is up by, I can math. So that would be 2 wounds and a shaken, sir.
I will spend a penny to try to soak.
As the convincing stick hits you.
Convincing stick.
I don't like what it's trying to convince me of, because I believe that this mortality convincing is not for me.
Zach asked, does Dolly get to attack?
Yeah. Dolly gets to go on the 2 of clubs, whether I draw it or not.
Okay,
I'm
so
afraid that Dolly
that is
should.
a 13 on my soak roll.
So that'll soak everything.
Hot dog.
Lily, thirsty, leaps from the bushes to attack you.
Now, is Thirsty the wet girl that we met, or is Thirsty something else?
Thirsty is something else.
Oh, crap.
Thirsty is a blood red. Ada, you've spent a lot of time on the trail, right? You can identify varmints and things.
Sure.
Thirsty seems to be a blood red tick about the size from the tip of your fingers to the middle of your forearm.
Okay, firstly, why?
Secondly, nope.
Oh my gosh, I actually read the thing. Lily, we're just gonna roll with it, and I need you to know this one's not on me.
In what? I did not accept that disclaimer.
Oh no. I'm gonna totally traumatize Ada again. Ada,
She's used to it. We're in the woods.
your parry is a 5, correct?
That's correct.
So a 9 hits you with a raise exactly.
Seems unfair.
A raise on a fighting wound. Lily, I personally have nothing but love for you.
But the dice,
Sister May, you see this 18-inch long tick leap from the ground up onto Ada on her horse. Its front limbs grab her lower jaw and pull it down, and it crawls into her mouth, and you can see something start to swell in her throat.
Oh dear.
I'm going to have Zane steal all of your dice.
Oh my gosh. Nope.
And
Can I
that's
just
when
say
the
nope?
box starts to rattle. You know, the box
The box.
with the headstone nugget.
Can we bring back the wet girl thing? That was way better than this.
Can we revisit that and spend a
Yeah.
little more time on that and less
Can I interest
on
you
this
in some
horrific
not?
ounce of xenomorphic body horror thing?
It could be worse, y'all.
No.
It's not the
I'm
nightmare yet.
aware.
Could you give me a vigor roll, please?
I think I upped my vigor. Where?
For your sake, I do hope you did. Yes, Zach. Yuck.
Yes, John.
Uh,
It is a prairie tick.
So a 5's
I'm
not gonna
sorry.
be good. Yeah.
This thing has a brand name?
It is a monster in the Deadlands core book.
There we go.
Tentacle, if you're watching still, why?
Yeah, really. 15.
Okay, you do not start to lose consciousness as the thing begins to
I
suck.
disagree. I absolutely leave my body.
Can I choose to lose consciousness? I would like to choose to lose consciousness right now.
I would like to no longer be
Sister
here.
May, you can see her neck starts to undulate as if something is currently trying to bleed her dry from the inside. Ada, it's your turn.
Same answer as before, my god.
What would you like to do with your turn? You can breathe, sort of. Do you want to give me a survival roll to see how you deal with prairie ticks?
Yeah, I guess.
My God.
Why would you do that?
Horrible adventures. 5?
A 5, you know there is a surefire way of getting this creature out, aside
Does it
from
involve
cutting it out. It does not involve flame, but it does involve about a quart of castor oil.
Oh.
Spectacular. I
We'll
love
come-
castor oil.
We'll come back around to you as you are clawing at your throat with this thing in there. Sorry, Signum, didn't mean to make the difficulty on your insomnia saving throw go up. Sister May.
Sam and I are going to be sharing a throw.
Okay. Are either of those things supernaturally evil?
Oh, the tick. You don't know about the tick. You definitely know that if things start popping out of the box, yes. And Harrowed R.
Okay. This is an interesting conundrum. I would like to make 2 actions.
Okay.
One, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to attempt to, and tell me if I have to cast something in order to do this. I want to take my holy water and force it down Ada's throat to see if that helps.
That would be an action, but it would not be a roll.
Well, I wasn't sure if you would require healing or something.
No, I mean, you can lead a bounty hunter to water, but as a nun, you can make her drink.
Sweet. I'm doing that. I'm also casting Smite on Wicker's hands, and I think I better modify that with can I cast armor piercing on his hand so that he can get through this thing's armor? Because it looked like he swiped pretty good, and it was like it was still hard to get through. Or did I not hear armor talk?
It's not wearing armor.
Okay, then maybe lingering damage.
Okay, yeah, you can improve that with lingering damage. Make your faith roll at -2, sinner.
7.
All right, that'll work, but it won't give you a raise.
And
it is
then,
-4, so it's still, yeah. Thanks, John. You're still fine.
Does the holy water do anything?
It does not, but as you force her mouth open and you pour it down, you can see 2 little hairy red legs kind of thrashing around inside her mouth. Ada, Sister May, is attempting to get you to swallow the prairie tick.
Great. Awesome. I love ticks in my stomach.
Yeah, it's possibly better than in your throat. I will tell you what happens if you fail all of your vigor rolls after we get done with the session. Scarlet goes, "What the bloody hell?" and tries to shoot at. She kind of pushes the box away and takes a step away, draws her gun, and fires at Bogwater Bill.
Oh, we haven't been properly introduced. This is great. Oh, we have heard the name, though.
She fires.
Okay.
He gets the convincing stick around. It hits the iron spike, which ricochets, double ones, critical failure. And you guys see the strap on the mule.
No.
Poof. And the box falls to the earth and rolls down into a gully.
No.
New round of cards. We have Wickers. We're going to start with you. 3 of diamonds, sir. Ace, Sister May, 10 of spades. Second card for Ada is Ace of hearts. Second card for Leslie is Ace of diamonds. Scarlet gets a 4 of clubs.
It's a little bit better.
Thirsty goes on 5 of spades.
Stupid Thirsty.
And the king of spades goes to Bogwater Bill. So I do believe, Ada, you're up.
Oh, wow, now you have a pantomime that goes along with your name.
Do we have castor oil?
I don't think I have that.
Leslie could summon castor oil.
If
How?
you
Wait,
do,
what?
But it's not.
No, I can get anything I want, but
An 18-inch tick.
That's
John
right.
actually brings up a good point. If you spend a Benny, because I was going to say it
That's
if you
right.
did.
And for a Benny, you could retroactively have some in your pack.
Yeah, retroactively, I
Oh.
have some in my pack. Thank you, John.
Okay, so
Um,
Ada, you reach to your pack. You can feel this thing squirming in your throat. You can feel its legs tickling the inside of your mouth. I figure in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to hear it from Trisha later.
You can't fire me. I quit.
We might be talking about this as we speak. Carry on.
You pull out a quart of castor oil for a penny. You pop the wax ring at the top, and you are instantly hit with the thick and pungent odor of castor oil. As you bring it to your mouth, even knowing that it will probably save your life, your body instinctually reacts against it. And I need you to give me a vigor roll at -2 to attempt to choke
Imbibe?
it down.
Two of my most least favorite things in the world: puking and spider-like things.
-2.
5.
All right. So as you guys watch, Ada drops to her knees and starts chugging, slurping castor oil spilling down her chin. And as you kind of lean forward, instinctually retching from the
Gagging.
castor oil, you feel this thing squirm and back its way out of your throat and spills onto the ground, an oily tick that looks at you very angrily, but is no longer lodged in your throat. Leslie, you are up.
Good grief. That's hideous. So I just totally lost track of what I was gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna command the ally to go and rip this thing in half, but I want to cast. I remember heavy being a thing, but that wasn't what I thought it was.
Heavy just allows you to damage vehicles with it.
Yeah, that's not what I want then.
What are you looking to do?
Just like I thought there was like an increase in damage, or is it just?
Yes, you can cast Bolt for 3 power points as opposed to 2 to up the damage from 2d6 to 3d6. And as Sister May has brought up, if you bump it from 3 points to 5 points, you can add lingering damage. So you would make the damage roll this round, and then you would make a damage roll at the start of the victim's next turn, but you would drop 1 die type. So instead of d6s, you would roll d4s for damage.
Yeah, and that's 8 power points. It's not worth it.
No, that's 5.
5 total?
Yeah. Because Bolt is 1, extra damage is 2 extra, and lingering damage is 2 extra.
Oh man, I just want to do it because I'm gonna do it because I haven't. I marked down the amount, the requisite, and I'm just going to roll my spellcasting then because that's awesome. And I'm just gonna, I guess,
full of good advice. I'm just gonna toss that out there.
kill the tick before it jumps on you again. I didn't think of that, so I'm not gonna. No, dang it. It's okay. That's all right. I'll let somebody else figure it out. And if I don't live to regret that, then I will thank whoever said that. Okay, so spellcasting. Dun, dun, dun. Where'd it go? Sorry. I lost track of my dice. A 5.
A 5 is enough for it to go off with 3d6 damage. If you could get to a 8, you would have 4d6 damage, Bob. But it's your choice.
Am I not shaken?
You haven't taken damage. No, your
my ally is shaken. Yeah. If I can get to an 8, so if I
spend a penny,
take one of these. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it.
Ooh, there you go.
Okay, so that's a 6. This one explodes, not the other. Oh, that's another 6. I like this casino die. So 14.
14. What does the bolt look like as it strikes this guy? And you get to roll 4d6 for damage, and next turn you'll roll 4d4 for damage.
That's amazing. So the bolt looks like I think I'll be inspired by his convincing stick, and I'm going to go ahead and style this thing after the big spike that's sticking out of the end of his convincing stick.
All right.
kind of a knee-jerk reaction. This 1d6 may be hard to read, but we'll see. So all of these, do these explode?
They do
The
explode.
sixes? I swear I will learn this game eventually. So there's 12, 13, 14, 15 plus 6 is 21.
All right, so that's 21. That is 2 wounds, and so it's going to spend a Benny to soak.
Yes.
Are we targeting again, Bob?
Bogwater Bill.
Targeting Tick or Bill?
Bogwater Bill.
Bill. Yeah.
All right. Just double check.
Yeah, I would have been wiser to do the other, but since I already declared the target, I feel like.
All
No,
right,
it's fine. I just want to make sure I was clear on.
Leslie, it hits, and it seems to draw us upon the same sort of infernal vigor that Wickers does, but that spike drives deep into its chest, and you know it's going to explode at the start of its turn. At this point, Dolly, having been freed from the crate, comes rushing forward and squishes the Tick.
Oh, Dolly's my
My
favorite.
hero.
We need to do everything to protect her from everything.
So we're giving Zach his Benny, right?
That's right, Zach. That was a good call. At this point, Bogwater Bill. Bob, your summon ally
Oh, yeah.
needs to go.
Yes. Do I have only one attack with him?
Yes, but you can sweep against multiple targets.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay. Let's do this. I feel like I'm moving too slow. Fighting is a...
Dolly then just kind of looks at you without turning her head, Ada, and breaks wind.
Jeez. Nice.
It's a classy mule you got there.
The classy one you got there.
I'm just imagining this in
much
a
I don't
comic. For some reason, this is showing up as a cartoon comic type deal, and it's so amusing.
Can I spend a Benny on behalf of my
Yeah, you can.
ally? Okay. Because I got Bennies for days and days. It's a 5. It's a 5. Alas.
So a 5 breaks you out of the shaken. Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Oh, wait. I screwed that up then. I would have not been rolling
You would make a spirit
D10.
roll. Yeah, you got to make a spirit roll first, Bob.
Yep, I would not have been rolling a D10 then. So where's my spirit? D8. Ugh. I doubt that I'm even... I'm so screwed.
D8.
That day, it's right in front of my face. Hey, there's an 8.
All right. So you rolled a 5, which is not good enough, sadly, to hit.
But at least I'm not shaking.
That is true. You are not shaken. All right. It is now Bogwater Bill's turn. And he starts off his turn. That's right, Thirsty, get it! And we'll end his turn with, no! Thirsty! And so, is going to roll around the gargoyle and go right for Ada with the convincing stick.
Doesn't he have penalties for being on essentially flanked by the Sentinel and myself?
We'll see. I don't think he cares.
I'm just checking for Ada's sake.
For Ada's sake.
There's like a whole surrounding thing.
Well, you didn't surround him.
Yeah, but there is a penalty.
Oh, you guys would get a free attack. So instead, he's going to attack all 3 of you and take the -4. Because he's got bennies for days as well. We'll start with Wickers. Thank you, Wickers.
Welcome.
At least you have to roll a spirit roll first for him.
Yes, which I did. And he is fine. I see you. I see you. Ooh, okay, 7 or 6. 7s and 7s on our... Does a 7 hit you, Wickers?
A 7 will hit me, but by 1.
All right. Leslie.
No.
Does a 4 hit your parry?
No. I mean, it is equal to it. It's
So,
at
yeah,
the...
equal or above.
Yep. Then it
Ada.
hits me.
5 on your parry.
Yes.
All right. But no, because of the penalties, I don't get any bonuses.
Oh darn!
I know you're
No.
broken up, and I
Very-
appreciate
very
that
sad
about
for
you. I appreciate that about you, Rook. All right, we'll start with Rook. Rook, what's your? Oh, don't worry about it. I think you're fine. 8 versus
Nope.
your toughness.
Nope.
Bob.
Got a 9.
12 versus your toughness. Your toughness is 5, so that's up
5.
7. That's a wound and shaken.
Okay. So I'm going to soak that.
And then Ada, that's a 14, 15, 16 versus your toughness of 5. That's 2 wounds.
I'm
as
really
well.
going to have your dice stolen.
What was that?
I'm really going to have your dice stolen.
That's fair. That's fair. 2 wounds and shaken for you, Ada. Would you like to spend a Benny to?
I would.
All right.
Yeah. Here's a couple sixes. There's
Sister May.
one.
Would you roll it? Oh, actually, no. Sister May gets to go first. The 10 of spades goes before the 10 of clubs.
I rolled a 10 on my soak. Do I have
You're fine.
minuses?
Nope, you're fine.
So I rolled an 8, so I should be good to go, right?
You were both fine. You both managed to, and then Wickers, you didn't take any damage. So, all right. Nothing from Bogwater Bill that turn.
Yes.
Sister May.
I have a quick question.
I'll give you a quick answer.
I have possession of a Gatling revolver that I don't have any stats for, and I was wondering
That's
if it's better.
convenient time to bring up.
Why didn't you tell me we had a Gatling revolver? This falls in the Holocaust cloak territory.
Well, I mean, he gave it to me, so
She's had this for
Oh,
a
I
while
know.
now.
I
keep going,
I didn't know who still
Revolver.
had it.
That's
You have
hilarious.
a Gatling pistol. All right. So Sister May, it has a rate of fire of 3, an AP of 1, and does 2d6 damage. Why didn't you list a Gatling revolver onto our list of assets?
That's good.
So how many shots, Sister May?
do I get minuses for each shot that I attempt?
I will give a Benny to Leslie for that one.
Oh, yes. Da, da, da.
66.
Thank you.
This is the number of shots that may be fired in a single action. So yes, you would take a penalty. Let's see here. Rate of fire. You have a rate of fire of 3. You can declare how many shots you're putting into each target. Then you roll. Oh, good lord! This counts as firing 10 bullets at the target, Sister May.
Well, then let's start with 1, but I'll still do a multi-action so that I can smite my weapon and Ada's weapon, and can I also cast smite on the golem?
You can
Yeah,
cast smite on the golem.
Okay, so those additional targets for smite.
Mm-hmm.
I just need a 4 to succeed. Yes.
Yes,
I rolled an 8, so that's what.
that's a +4. That's a raise. So
Okay.
you get +4 damage on that. All right, and then Sister May, give me the shot.
I am going to be honest because I have a -2 for multi-action
yeah.
and -2 for
So
the
you just
spirit.
hit.
So I just hit.
Thank you for being honest. I will not remove the penalty, but I appreciate your honesty.
That doesn't overcome the sinning.
We're more in Hellfire and Brimstone territory, Leslie. Not John Wesley.
And then I
John-
got a
Edward.
5
Sinners in the
on
Hand of
my
an Angry God, sort of thing. You got a what
5.
on your shooting?
Yeah.
All right, you hit. Give me your 2d6 damage. And then add the 4 to it for your smiting. Leslie, I also need you to give me that 4d4 roll for the lingering damage on Bogwater
you're
Bill's
the-
turn.
You're the best. You're the best.
Keep it.
I only have
15.
Different
If
check,
I'm
Edwards.
adding all of my
You
things
are.
appropriately.
Yeah. So a 15. You've done a wound to him. He is going to attempt to soak it. So I have. This will be my third soak. And the bullet passes through him and doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage.
Wow.
Leslie,
8.
an 8 does nothing on the explosion. All right, that leaves Scarlet, who, Sister May, I'd like you to call it. She goes on a 4 of clubs. You go on a 3 of diamonds.
Oh, well, you said that leaves. I was like,
Oh, sorry, Scarlet and Wickers. Sister May, I would like you to call this even or odd. Even, it goes your way. Odd, it does not. Or sorry, the one you pick, it goes your way. The opposite, it does not. Even or odd?
Even.
It's a 2. All right, Scarlet will take a second shot at this guy. Because you have convinced her with your duplicitous means that there is not a 66.6 pound lump of... Oh, she hits.
You act like that's a surprise. I mean, she's amazing.
I mean, she rolled a
very
critical
incorrect
failure last time. She hits with a raise, so the report of her revolver just echoes in the canyon. 15 for another wound. Let's see if he can soak it. He does not soak this one, so wound and shaken.
Yes.
Wickers, you're up.
the old 1-2. See if we can't make him rue this particular day. So,
Ruin.
first
Rue
attack,
it.
9.
A 9 hits.
Excellent. Right, so the damage from that one is 14 for damage.
14. All right, that will shake him. Go for it. Dolly
here.
killed it, John Doom.
That is a 17 to hit for the second one.
A 17 hits with a raise.
Hey, I like hearing that.
So he's taken 2 wounds at this point.
$19 points of damage.
All right. That's 2 wounds. We got a 2 and a 3. And I have nothing to re-roll it with. All right, Wickers. You pass your claws through this thing's throat, and it just sort of... And there's this wet, stinking pile of mud that slops to the ground.
Nice.
And as you sit at the edge of the aspen forest, knowing that somebody's watching you, and that there are things in this forest as evil, but possibly not connected to the Dark Mother, we will end here. And next week, we will have the final episode of the horror at Headstone Hill. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. To everybody who's been in the chat, you guys have been on fire tonight. Also, to whoever wrote the blood tick, I was like, tonight they're going to fight Bogwater Bill. I've got this. And I read Bogwater Bill's, all of his stats and abilities. And I was like, oh, he's got a blood tick. And I completely forgot to look at what a prairie tick actually does.
Hideous. Yeah.
Had you failed and failed to get it out in 3 vigor rolls, it will have gorged on enough blood to burst free of your torso like a chest burster. I can just say the next time I run Deadlands, Prairie ticks as far as
No.
the eye can see, NTM.
No.
Is that a tornado of blood?
No,
Can't fire me, I
the
quit.
Wickers on a rampage through prairie tick territory.
That's right. So, thank you, first of all, to my players. As always, guys, we've got one session left, and then we're gonna, for everybody who can make it, we're gonna do our debrief and post-mortem and just hang out and chat with the chat, talk about the game. It's everybody's first time playing Savage Worlds, so I'm really interested. I got a series of questions I'm gonna ask. We're just gonna hang out and relax. To everybody who I've been talking to about Savage Rifts, it's coming. Again, like George Washington.
Yes.
We'll save
Washington.
children, but not the British children. Not the British children. To Pinnacle for rating, for always doing an amazing pre-show, and for sponsoring this show. Thank you guys so much. And to our wonderful chat members, you guys, chef kiss. Check out all the other great shows that we have this week on the Iconic Production channel. Tomorrow, we're doing the second part of our look at Grimdark Fantasy at 10 a.m. Central. We're going to be looking, we're going to have the second part of our new arc in Torg tomorrow night at 7:30 Central. And then we're going to be following up with finishing up the Grimdark look on Thursday, kind of looking at how do we bring Grimdarkness to the table. And I think we can all agree, prairie ticks. So, until next time, for everyone at Iconic, for Leslie, Ada, Wickers, and Sister May, and for Dolly the Mule, stay safe, stay happy, stay gaming. Aces Wildcards, have a great week.